the only female left, I feel like that emotional intelligence has got me through the game.
It's been an absolute battle, and I think maybe that's what this series deserves. It deserves a winner who has been able to get through, many tribal councils, been very difficult decisions, and actually get through what has been a very eventful series.
It would be awesome to be at the final tribal council and pitch my case to the jurors of why I should win.
I had a lot of control strategically. I think I made a lot of moves and helped orchestrate a lot of big stuff. And then when people targeted me, I took them out.
16 contestants started the game, all trying to outwit, outplay and outlast each other.
Two tribes, Bimbiang and Gadali, went head to head and fought tooth and nail in every challenge, giving it their all to survive.
And that rain, that damn rain.
It broke people down.
They were emotional.
They were chaotic.
They were hard and fast.
And they had heart.
Now only 4 remain.
Two unbreakable duos, 2 from Bimbiang, 2 from Gadali.
Charlene placed herself at the centre of Bimbiang socially and used her emotional intelligence and social awareness to manoeuvre through the post-merge.
Jeremy was forced to scramble early, but through sheer doggedness and determination, made genuine and honest bonds to help him scrape through each vote.
Ben's likability and strategic acumen made him a powerhouse in the game, but to everybody's surprise, became a powerhouse in challenges, winning 3 in a row.
Brad stayed under the radar early, but slowly emerged throughout the game to gain strategic control and survive even when he was painted as the biggest threat for the title.
One by one, they voted out 12 other contestants and earned their spot in the final 4 and the finale.
Tonight, the winner and the sole survivor will be crowned.
Welcome to the finale of Survivor Canberra.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit taken aback by the way that vote went, but I'm also not complaining because otherwise then I think the alternate would have been Charlene going. So seeing Brendan go home is not bad.
That was wild. I didn't expect that.
Didn't expect a Brendan blindside.
No, well, I mean, look, in all honesty, was also expecting something to happen, so farewell, Brendan.
Well, I saw the Charlene vote. I was like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, the Charlene vote threw me off as well.
It's like, okay, that's Brendan.
Yeah. And yeah, I was
Are we going to a 2-2 tie?
yeah, well, because that's where I thought it was going to go then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary because Brad and Jeremy are still in it, and being told that it's a final 3 means that at least one of them is making it to the end. Which is scary because they get Blues votes, presumably.
Currently hooked up or something for that one.
You and Jez. I think you guys can claim that. The Brendan blindside.
Well, we'll just see.
He was playing really well. He was playing for the
No,
middle so
but then
well.
100% he played the middle well. So
And it's like he clocked it that there was two, like, alliance, 2 pairs left in the game.
Yep.
Yeah. I honestly think I could have gone down very easily, but you know, I trusted in what my conversation with Jeremy and Brad went. And that's like why they get voted off, because
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
so good, like they're just way too good.
crazy.
They know that I'm aligned with Ben. I didn't have a chance to have a conversation with him, so I think it was a shock to him, but I know that he can trust my judgment, and I could see that that was the way it was going to go. It's better for both of us in the long run.
This is a fun Final Four though, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Not what I expected.
No, hell
It's
no.
totally not what I expected. Like
If you
if I
would-
was going to say...
If you had told me to pick a like Final Four,
Rose.
on, like the first day,
There's
yeah.
Rose, Aston,
I-
Keegan, and Colleen.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
I didn't realize he was throwing you in, Sorry? I didn't realize Brendan was throwing you on right now. Because he voted for you.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is-
why I had to do it from my life.
Yeah. Now I get that. I
And
get
he's
that.
too, like, he
I
was
mean, he's
too-
shady.
Yeah.
I did wish there was like, well, like, when we're in that round, you know?
I had literally no avenue to tell you.
It'll be really, really interesting moving forward now that Brendan's gone, because it is sort of like a 2v2 situation, which also does open up the possibility of going to fire depending on where immunity goes after the Final Four challenge. This is the thing, it's now very much become a 2 versus 2 thing, which is kind of fun. I can't believe we called it.
You and I just knew from the start.
We just have to make sure that we are in that final 3. And I'm really sad. I mean, my options is no way in hell I'm voting Charlene out, so my options are either Brad or Jeremy, depending on where immunity falls. Fingers crossed they can somehow pull a 4th win out of my arse and be safe going into Final 3, but who knows? Yeah, no. Final 4 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Final Four made it finally sort of like, this is our one more step until the Final 3.
It's nice to just be like near the end,
Yeah.
to be honest.
It's crazy that was like this.
It's actually insane. Like,
I've done what I've needed to, I've scrambled, I've played from the bottom, and I think that's probably the biggest thing that I have had.
I'm assuming there's got to be like a physical element to it.
Yeah.
Like we haven't really had anything too physical
That's the thing, yeah.
in this post-merge era.
well, Charlene is due.
The Ben and Charlene alliance is quite strong. I think if Ben wins this next immunity challenge, he probably will take her.
Oh, Final Four immunity.
I'm being really down these last 2 votes. I keep thinking I'm the one going home, and somehow everything's come up sunshine and rainbows, and we pulled off 2 blindsides in a row. Realistically, I want to win and vote out Ben. I think that's the best option for me moving forward. I think Jeremy and Charlene have a really good connection now after they went through the Alex vote together, so I think they're going to be tight. There's no obvious front runner, there's no obvious GOAT. This is a very even playing field. It's been an even playing field for a very long time, and I like that a lot.
Alrighty, come on in, guys. Look like it. Alrighty. Welcome to your final immunity challenge. Woo. Well done. First things first. Pen. Hand it over. Well done, Ben.
So, immunity back up for grabs. One of you will be definitely sitting in the final 3 and have the chance to plead your case in front of the jury. The 3 others, one of you will be going home, and you'll be this close, but so far at the same time. Let's get to the challenge.
Get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I like to call 3 stages of hell. So,
The first stage of hell is quite simple, but it'll be an extremely painful way to start. The players must perform a plank for as long as they can, with correct form, only toes and forearms on the ground, and their waist at an appropriate height. The first contestant to drop out is eliminated from the challenge, and the other 3 contestants move on to stage 2.
Survivors ready? Go! Up on your toes.
Alright, everyone looking solid so far. This will be a tough challenge and it will get tough very, very quickly. Unless someone has been doing a lot of practice. A little bit of shaking already from Brad, a little bit of shaking from Ben. Jeremy looking very, very solid. A little bit of movement from Charlene and Ben. Everyone looking really, really good though. Doing amazing. This is for a spot in the final 3. Do not give up easily.
Push hard, guys. Come on.
This has been a monumental effort so far. No one wanting to be the first person eliminated from this challenge. They don't want to give up on that hope of making the final 3, having that guaranteed safety.
Do this all day.
You can all do it all day by the looks of it. And we can be here all day. But we won't have to be because Charlene is eliminated. Unfortunately.
Yep, you guys can
Ben,
go.
Brad, Jeremy, you are moving on.
Bad luck, Charlene. Good job. That was really good
You
effort.
did really well.
Really good effort.
Stage 2 of hell is a test of hand-eye coordination and lung capacity. The 3 contestants must simply throw 3 balls into their bucket from a distance. If they miss, they must run and fetch their own balls and try again. The first 2 contestants to get their balls into the bucket move on to stage 3, and the remaining contestant is eliminated.
Alrighty, you know the rules? Yep. Survivors ready? Go!
Brad with 1 in already. Great shooting. All 3 going and rushing and getting their balls. Jeremy slipping, has to go back and get his ball. Ben missing. Brad missing, not too far away. Jeremy no luck so far. Oh, Jeremy nearly bounces in. Ben no luck so far. Jeremy shooting again. Jeremy sinks his first ball. Brad sinks his second ball. Brad with 1 more to go. Ben with none so far. Brad can win this, he doesn't. Jeremy shooting. Ben, 1 ball in, got 2 to go. Jeremy misses again, has to go back. Still bounces in from Ben, doesn't quite go in. Brad might get that final ball. Jeremy with his second ball, 1 more to go. This is his third. Jeremy, Brad on their last ball. Ben with 2 to go. All 3 struggling to get these last few balls in. It's going to come down to the wire. Jeremy just off the side.
Come on.
Ben still 2 to go.
You got this.
Brad and Jeremy can
You're all
win
doing
here.
so well.
Jeremy moving on. First person through it's down to Brad and Ben. Ben with his second ball. Coming down to 1 board. Brad just short. Ben just short. Brad with another shot. Is this it? Too long. Ben going again. Win it here. Not quite. Just off the side for Brad.
So bad.
final three, guys.
Both boys getting a bit tough, having to run
Straight
forward and
to the
backwards.
top for you.
Slide. Grab with another shot. Keep moving on. Just long. Ben, moving on. Dad has been eliminated.
The final stage of Hell is a test of wit, patience, and persistence. Contestants must make a 3-word phrase with their letter tiles. The first player to have all their letters in the correct position and solve the phrase wins immunity and is guaranteed a spot at the final tribal council. For the remaining contestants, one of them will be voted out and become the final member of the jury.
Alrighty. Get a good sportsmanship then. Okay, survivors ready? Go!
Alright, everyone sort of just sorting through the letters here. This is a 3-word phrase. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of combinations that this could be. It'll be one of those situations that once it appears, it will just flow like clockwork. Those guys are trying to make any words they can at this stage. Seeing if anything pops up. If it doesn't, reset, try again. Jeremy taking a step back, looking at what he's got. See if anything appears, anything at all. And if you've got a word, pretty happy with it. See if the rest makes sense. Jeremy making another word. That doesn't work with the other letters, that's the question. This is a common Survivor phrase. You would have heard it on the show multiple times. If you've watched the show, you will know it. Jeremy just trying to make anything make sense at this stage. Putting letters in places, hoping it's a word. We can tell you that the second word is 2 letters. Looking for a 2-letter second word. Will that help? Find out. Both going back to the same words, that first word a few times. Not making sense with the rest of the puzzle so far. Come on guys, a spot in the final 3. One of you is guaranteed a spot there. A chance to plead your case in front of the jury. Don't want to miss that. So close. Both with the same word on the table. Is it the right word though? We've got 3 words on the table and just trying to make them into something. I can tell you that the first letter in this phrase is the letter T. First letter of the whole phrase, letter P. Second word, 2 letters. They have worked hard throughout the whole weekend. Grueling challenges all come down to this. Final challenge, the final immunity. Des might be on something here, he's got something going. Got a couple of words, but not sure where that last letter goes. Check on Jeremy. Perception is reality. Jeremy wins immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 3.
Good job, man.
Amazing.
Yes, killed it. Holy
Honestly, that was real.
That's so much harder than it looks on TV.
I know. Alright, great job, man. You did really well. Great job, everyone. But Jeremy with immunity, come and get it. Guaranteed spot. Chance to click your face. Jeremy, safety. You're not going over tribal council. You will be in the final 3. Ben, Brad, Charlie, you've come so close. For one of you, it's going to be torn out of your grasp. We're going to give you a little bit of time to think that through. Have some conversation. We'll see you at tribal council. Head on out. Thanks, guys.
So much harder than
that looked hard.
Yeah, no, it was so hard.
Yeah, I had all kinds of weird adjectives, and I was like, why would I had like principle, priority.
Yeah, I won immunity, the final immunity challenge. Man, like it has been elusive. So the fact that I could finally get it has made me feel much better about not only this position that I'm in right now, but also just about my game in general. I'm really happy with this outcome.
That was tough though. It was much harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
Like
agreed.
everything about that.
Yeah. Also, I do like them individually, but I don't like them as like back to back.
No,
Yeah.
it's fucked back to back.
Yeah.
A plank then into like running. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I'd rather not.
That ain't it.
So Jeremy just won the immunity challenge. I'm really happy for him. He worked so hard just now for that. Like, he would have aced us in the first challenge, and like, yeah, like he obviously aced it in the third challenge especially. He definitely deserves that. He's a strong player in every sense.
I mean, that was a streak that we were afraid of, but
Yeah, I know, just not from the person you were expecting. Yeah,
Agreed.
you all thought it was going to be Keegan, and Keegan went, and I was like, hello.
agree. Yeah.
Moving forward, I think best for me is to vote Ben. I think best for everyone else is probably to vote me. I think Jez will have a better chance without me if he is the last Galati. I think he gets a lot of votes there.
All I can say, he's won 3 immunities in a row. It's impressive. It's the first time he's vulnerable. I think he's a huge player, huge shot. So.
I haven't decided.
Yeah,
honestly.
fair. Honestly, fair enough. I think Ben will vote for me.
I mean, like, all 3 of you are top tier.
Ben just won 3 immunities in a row and he's played a hell of a game. So take out the biggest threat.
Like realistically, my pitch is if Jeremy and I are both at the final 3, we might split the Gulagi story arc. If that makes sense. It's like it's no longer one person fought against all the odds to get to the finals. There's 2 of us there, and that arc we might split both that way.
coming back in, so let's speed this up.
Yeah.
And the thing is everyone loves Brad on
Yeah.
the jury. Like everyone, like Ashley wouldn't have their will against him. Dom doesn't have their will against him. I don't think Keegan is going to have their will against him because he put his hand down.
Yeah.
You've got so many people who sit on the jury who like Brad because he has not done anything to directly harm anybody.
Yeah.
He's been very safe. He's been under the radar. Like he's been on your trial. Like first blue.
I definitely am open to suggestions from like reasons why I think they should either stay or the other people should go. I just had a quick brief chat to Ben and he put some really good arguments forward. He's saying that Brad's a threat.
And the fact that he didn't get his first vote until the fourth person got the title.
Yes,
agreed. That's what I have to say on that.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll hear you out. I want to hear what everybody has to say about everybody. And I just went, Brad's so good with that jury. He hasn't pissed anyone off. He hasn't done anything to offend anybody. I think that if he makes it to the end, he's got so many people who would have his back, would be talking him up in the jury already.
Yes, at the end of the day, do what's best for you. I'm like, if I go, I'm not going to hurt feelings.
I've got an idea of what I think I want to do, and that is to take the Brad and Charlene to final 3. And that's just purely because I said to them, I don't want to write down Charlene's name.
For me, I think I'll go to vote Ben. When I spoke to you previously, I said I'm not going to write your name down, and that's it. I'm going to stay true to that. Brad, you and I have been together for ages, and I know that
I think her and I have become really good friends, and I feel like a very strong connection to her, and I think she's a great person.
Should we clear you're voting for me, I'm voting for you? Is that just said?
Yeah, I think no hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feelings.
Hug it out. No,
Yeah.
come on. No hard feelings.
It is what it is. I, in all honesty, think my path to get to the end at the moment is to force fire.
If I do go to fire with Ben and I go, then that's life.
I have a lot of faith in Charlene that she will hopefully go with me and try to get both of us to the end. We talked about doing this like end of day 1, being like we will take each other to the final. We thought it was final 2, so a little bit of a surprise, but we thought that we would get to a final 2 together, and I'd really like to believe that she still has my back. But like I would love if you would please vote for Brad for me. I know that's like a tough ask.
I think for me, I just need to work this situation a little bit. Like, as I said, I've got a really strong 2 alliance with Ben.
You know I love you, and we said we were going to get to the finals together.
He is my ride or die alliance, but I might need his vote in the jury. He's the only person who knows my 100% strategy throughout this entire game. I think a lot of people think I've been just coming along for the ride, particularly in the second half, but he has known my strategy the whole way, and I just feel like that could be a really good jury vote. Do I go with someone who could be a jury vote or will be salty about it, or do I make my alliance stay strong and vote out a big player like Brad, who has totally annihilated so many people?
This game has been such a whirlwind. It's been crazy. It's everything I wanted from the experience and more. It's just been so fun getting to know people and like meet all these cool people who love Survivor, or in some cases have never heard of Survivor. But like, I just think I've had so much fun with this, and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself the whole way. And like, to go now would be devastating. I would have loved to have had immunity around my neck.
I just have a decision on my hands. Do I stick with the alliance, or do I make a move?
Come on in, guys. Still not hard enough. Alrighty, and now we'll bring in the members of our jury. Dom.
Oh, sorry. Too far away.
Alex, Keegan, Ashley, and Brendan voted out of the last tribal council. Alright, here we are. Jeremy, we'll start with you. You're safe for the vote tonight. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, pretty ecstatic, and it was a
a tough challenge, and I think Ben just absolutely pushed me to, you know, the limit at which I'm at the moment capable of. I'm so tired and low on energy, but and that just speaks volumes to his ability to be able to play this game. And I really appreciated playing against not only Ben but all these guys. So for me to be able to be in this position where I'm safe, obviously brilliant, but just to be here in general and versing these guys is ecstatic. I'm so happy with it all. Obviously it makes this point in a way like quite difficult for me and to make a decision, but quite easy because I don't have to. Like, I'm not sort of subject to any votes tonight, so I know that I'm safe, but also I have to make quite a big decision.
So Jeremy, did you feel like you had a lot of power? Was everyone coming up to you for the vote, trying to get to sway you?
Yeah, in a sense, I feel like I did have power, and it's been the power that I've been kind of craving this whole time. I'm like, yeah, this is this is what I've been wanting this entire time, so that I can, you know, at least take a bit of control with my game. So with that, gave obviously a bit of opportunity for individuals to come over and speak to me, and like I have had the opportunity for others in the past, and I think giving them a bit of a chance to give a bit of speech, you know, at least like just the final words to maybe help me, and yeah, sort of happy with where I'm at.
Yeah. Charlene, where do you think the vote's going tonight?
Honestly, I have no idea. Like, this is like heart-wrenching stuff. It feels like when Alex left again, it's just like, why is this happening all over again? I hate it. Yeah, like, it's just so sad because we're like really at the final four. Like, whatever happens tonight will mean that whoever isn't here won't be there.
So do you think there'll be a vote on one person? Obviously it'll be the three of you because you can't vote for Jeremy, or do you think it's going to be a split, or has there been any
I feel like
conversations?
it's going to be a split, like, I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised, like, it could be anyone's name right now, to be honest, like.
So it seems like there are two duos here, the two from originally Vidali, and I hate to go back there again, Vidali, and original Bimbiang. Is that the case? Is there two duos still here from the original tribes?
I'd say yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And are those bonds just unbreakable just because you've been with each other from the beginning, do you think, Ben?
I think it's pretty hard to break something like that when you are with someone for so long. So I would say that it's definitely playing like a huge impact into what's happening tonight.
So, Brad, are we going to a challenge today?
We might do, like, the vote's pulling between me and Ben.
Yeah.
I'm voting for Ben, Ben's voting for me.
Yeah.
We might get to a challenge, who knows. Well, either way, it's been a pleasure playing, and happy to go out finals or make finals.
Yeah.
Jeremy, let's vote. You're up.
It's either you or me. Let's see if we go to fire.
It's you and me tonight, Ben. Good luck. That was probably a challenge. It's been a pleasure playing. I just hope I'm here at the end of the day.
All right, we're the votes. All right. Once the votes are read, the decision is final, and you will be the final member of the jury. First vote. Ben. Second vote, Brad. One vote Ben, one vote Brad. Third vote, Ben. Fourth person voted out, and the last member of our jury, Ben.
Alright, we'll play that.
Jeremy, Brad, Charlene, you have done all that you can. You have made it to the final 3, and now you have a chance to plead your case in front of the jury. So next time you see us here, we'll hand it over to the jury. They'll be grilling you and deciding who is the winner of Canberra Survivor. So we'll see you all very soon.
Good job, guys.
Accidentally became too much of a threat, winning immunities and taking people out. I think I made a couple of big moves that people were threatened by, and the people that are left in the game, no harm to them, didn't want to go against that in a jury, and you know what, I totally respect that. I honestly think that it can go to any of the 3 of them. I think all 3 of them have played phenomenal games.
I think you played a fantastic game, and for that reason, I think I have to vote you out. I've also made it like a final 3 alliance and promised to Charlene I won't write her name down. And I said to Brad that I have to take him just purely because of what we've been through. So Ben, unfortunately, that just means that I've got to vote for you tonight, but I still think you have a chance with a challenge. Best of luck for that, man, and I think you deserve to be at the end. You played, as I said, a really good game.
I can forgive Charlene for turning at me at 4. I really did think that we were fine, and I really did think she'd have my back there, which is why it did catch me a little bit off guard, but like, you got to get to the end somehow. I totally get it. So she did what she had to do.
I'm so sorry, but I have to do this for myself. And I hope that you respect that. And I just love you. Regardless, if you hate me forever, I'll still.
This has been such a crazy experience. I can't, like, trying to put it into words now when my head is racing is so hard, but it's been so much fun being here, being out in the outdoors. I'm not an outdoor person, like this is the most outdoors I get in corduroy shorts, but it's been so much fun with such amazing people, and I'm just so grateful to have had the opportunity to come out here and play this game.
Well, first of all, I just didn't even realise I was in the final 3 because I literally just cut off my ride or die, and I said I would go to the final with him, and I broke that promise, but I just had to do it as my lifeline. And I hate that so much, but I can't believe I'm in the final 3. Honestly, I can't. Can someone help me? I fist bumped him and said, yeah, I'm staying true to our final 2 alliance, which is what we agreed on, and I did not. And I didn't even take it to a revote. I didn't even let him win a challenge to get there. I just took it because that was the only way for me to be able to potentially win an extra vote off the jury. I'm hoping that by me doing that, he'll vote for me. He might be salty, but hopefully he sees the strategy behind that and he votes for me. Everything became so emotional.
Yeah, that was the first of the waterwork. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I can't believe I just cried so much.
No,
what is going on?
It's such a thing.
I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. Like, I literally never get emotional at work or anything like that, but this game is just insanity. Like, this is the second time I've cried today. Like, what is happening?
My journey so far has been like pretty hectic. There's been a lot of quite big and arduous type of immunity kind of challenges, and then in turn turned into a lot of tribal councils. So that for me, it's been a lot of battles from the very first tribal council through to swap, and then surviving swap, and then just even I've been through every single tribal council except for the one just pre-merge where the Carlene got voted out and I wasn't involved with that. So every other time I've had to go visit the tribal council. That to me just kind of maybe hopefully speaks volumes in my ability to survive and use a bit of a social game to try and make sure that I'm on the right line.
I'm hoping Alex can throw a vote my way, but hopefully somewhat also forgive for how the way that she came out of the game. I'm hoping that she'll be able to see past that and give me, the vote that, I was wanting to go to the end with her, and the fact that she had to go out instead of me that's tragic, but I'm glad that I've actually got this opportunity to speak to her.
Definitely, hands down, got my vote. She made it to the final three.
And when I came up to her and I was like, oh, Alex, who would you like to work with? And Alex goes, you. And I said, that is so good, because she is such a loyal person to have there. And I thought to myself, that is so bad, because if I get to final 3 with her, there is absolutely no chance. Like, it'll be a clean sweep. So, like, Alex, what a gal, and the fact that she ended up, basically saving my game. Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah.
I honestly can't believe I'm in the final 3. I thought I was dead in the water, vote after vote after vote, and somehow I'm still here. I'm stoked beyond words. I love both Jeremy and Charlene. I couldn't think of a better 2 people to be in the final 3 with. Just elated, just over the moon.
Just that constant water and rain. It's
The nature's really getting to me.
Yeah.
I'll focus on my strategic game. The fact that I did have a huge instrumental role in a lot of votes without being outright stated as in charge until I got exposed, and then once I was exposed and became target number 1, I somehow managed to get from 6 to 3 with immunity stacked against me, and then the people who were trying to get me out or help me out all went one after the other.
The rain actually got into it a little bit. It kind of
it seems to be the way.
Broke us down.
Yeah, it seems to be the way.
I think I might have this in the bag. I think Jeremy and I both have a similar story coming from Galati. It's just going to be a matter of who can say they played better strategically. Charlene is gorgeous as a human, and her social game is insane, so she could also win. Like, whoever wins, I'm happy. I just really, really hope it's me.
Yeah, should we have a last group hug before we go up? 100%.
Love you. From the very get-go in my red tribe, original red tribe, I always brought the camaraderie. I suggested to our cat to go to a new place, and instantly the vibe was lifted. Everyone was so much more positive when we moved our camp, and I was like suggesting different things, and what that meant is we ended up winning challenges, and we were just unstoppable at that point. And I just feel like being genuine and truthful and honest to everyone really helped me.
Whoever wins, well deserved.
Yes, very well deserved.
Hopefully they're just looking at just pure gameplay, particularly from a survival social gameplay. I think that's probably where my best argument comes from. I'm sort of looking at the perspective of me being through a lot of tribal councils, me needing to make many these almost like these voting block type of alliances to make sure that I'm ensured at least one more round, one more tribal council will get me there.
Come on in, guys. And now we're bringing the members of our jury. Dom, Alex, Keegan, Ashley, Brendan, and Ben voted out at the last tribal council.
Chairs jury. Alright, Jeremy, Brad, Charlene, congratulations, you are our final 3. You've done everything that you can, and now it's time to plead your case. So we're going to throw it over to the jury. It's their chance to question you. So how this is going to work, we get opening statements from each of you, and then we're going to open it up to the jury. One by one, they're going to ask you a question, and then we'll end with closing statements. Alright, so we'll get an opening statement from Jeremy.
Alright, hello guys. Firstly, I obviously want to say thank you so much for a fantastic journey in this Survivor game. It's actually been spectacular. I've had an opportunity to play this amazing game, and I couldn't be happy with that. So now talk about the game. Coming into this, I was I was trying to be a physical threat. I was trying to be someone who could not only be relied upon to bring home those immunity challenges and those rewards for the team, and that was something that I was banking on, because even though I knew that would put a target on me, I thought that being a valuable member in that way in a tribe would actually make me sort of at least valuable to keep around and protect at least most of my tribe. Just prior to coming here, I recently had a knee injury, and so as a result, the surgery was quite like soon, like it was early this year, and so that has now changed like my game entirely. I'm like, there's no way I could possibly be a physical threat to even just running, even like if we had to run 100 meters, I'd be absolutely done. So I had to reshift my strategy completely. What is my next strategy? What is the only way that I can start sort of being at least a threat in this game, and that would be a social threat. Socially, I tried to connect with as many people as possible. I tried to like communicate and have at least a very frank and honest discussion with as many people as possible, and that was just purely a part of the game to then get myself further. There was people in here that were much bigger, much heavy hitters than me, and there was only one that I needed to get them out, and that was just to get the votes, get the people I needed to get further. Because I know that everyone's got experience in these. There's a couple who are new to this, and like honestly, that has been an absolute revelation. Like playing with new people and just seeing how they've played has been amazing. So I appreciate your time. I'm waiting for your questions and answers, and yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of going through it all.
Brad, your turn.
Yeah, I'd also like to thank you guys for an epic game. Hopefully we can all be friends after this, which was a blast. I think I'll go through my game a bit piece by piece. I came in to the Galati tribe thinking I would also help with challenges. Obviously we lost everything, and I also noticed there were pretty strong personalities in Aston and in Rose who wanted to both take charge. And while there was an initial day one alliance between Aston, Rose, myself and Dom, that quickly fell apart very quickly, and Aston led the vote on Emily. It became obvious that he was in charge of the tribe, so Rose, Jeremy and I formed a three, and we took initiative and took out Aston, and I think that move really cemented the rest of the game from there. I think I was in a really solid spot in Galati, and were we to keep losing, I would be safe there. Swap came, and immediately I connected with Ashley, and we made plans to not only change the entire game, but to take control from the merge. We worked together to take out Colleen, and then everything kind of fell into place. Merge hit. Dom going wasn't exactly part of the plan, but I think I was playing pretty well strategically. I thought I was playing quite under the radar, influencing votes, being in a safe spot. My name didn't really come up. And then when I was, immediately clocked at final 6 in touchy subjects as the person most likely to win, and the person who was controlling the game. Not only did I not get voted out there, I didn't get voted out at 5 or 4. I managed to somehow, by the skin of my teeth, convince people using my social skills and God knows what else to keep me in the game in spite of that. So I think I played a really solid strategic game, and even when I was clocked and should have gone home, I managed to convince people to keep me, and I hope I get your vote. And I look forward to answering any questions about my game.
Thanks, Brad. Charlene?
First of all, I just want to say you two are amazing players, and if either of you win, all kudos to you because I really enjoyed playing with you. Obviously, thank you that I've had the opportunity to meet and just like spend time with all of you. For me, I guess the game started with Team Red really going strong. I think some things that I've just brought into this, and I didn't have, I guess, a clear-cut strategy to kill and annihilate or anything like that, but I definitely wanted to bring joy and happiness where I went, and I think that started with the camp and just like finding a new place for us to set up. I think we immediately were able to bring a stronger game to the challenges because we had a much better camp than what we had before. We had coverage from the wind, from the rain, and I think we're just generally happier as well. I think from there, like Team Red was really strong. We then had the merge. I did actually at that time want that opportunity to bring Jeremy onto like a possible alliance there. I thought that that was a good opportunity. I don't know that he was ready for that at that point in the game yet, but I know that I'd had that discussion with some of you as well. And then when we did the merge, simply, Dom, I'm very sorry that I lied to you. I had 2 pivotal lies in this game. As an honest person, that was heart-wrenching, hence the probably me crying. But anyway, I hate that I lied to your face, but in saying that, I think there was a lot of angst going on with different names that you were throwing out, and I think after that it just brought a lot of peace and calm back to each tribe, and I think we were all just genuinely happier and just enjoying ourselves again a bit more. I then somehow landed on the bottom and was struggling to make my way back anywhere, and constantly just on the bottom of the ranks the entire way through. And then somehow magically these guys came to me with a proposal, and Brendan, you flipped on me, and I just wasn't sure you weren't trustworthy. And I think that came out in your vote. Like, I had to do that for myself at the end of the day, because if I didn't do that, I would still be on the bottom. And I think just having those conversations, I guess we landed in the final four, and you and I ended up together, and I hate myself so much that I did that, but I had no other choice. Yeah, and Ashley, same with you. I actually got a proposal to vote you out, but I didn't want to take that because you had comforted me in my final hour, or my dark hour rather. But yeah, I just really enjoyed playing with you all, and I'm just glad that I got to meet you. And I think if I win, I will spend the $200 by buying a round of drinks.
Oh! As well.
Does it come with rent?
Well, thank you, final three. Great opening statements. I'm going to pass it over to the jury. First question, we're going to pass it over to Dom.
Okay, so I got two things to Brad and Jeremy, my debaucherous true blue mates. Sadly, some of us weren't as true blue as some other of us, but it's awesome to see you up there. My question for the both of you, let's say it's final three, there's a final vote off. You win immunity, and it's between the three of us. Would you cut me?
Is this a final three?
Final three, yourself, the other Galata up there, and myself.
And we're trying to go to final two?
You're trying to go to final two, you win final immunity. Would you cut me? That is a question.
So for Brad and I to get to final two, Brad and I, from the very beginning, so we were on the bottom together, and we had made a bond. That's basically as soon as I met Brad, him and I had made a really good relationship. We connected.
To be honest, I'm just looking for a quick yes or no.
I would vote you out because of the alliance I made with Brad from the very beginning.
Brad?
I would do the same, yes, I would vote you out.
Okay. Charlene. So, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a personal bias in original tribe lines, but I'm not gonna count you out of this vote. Complete this task. Answer the question, why should you vote for me, or why should I, Dominic, vote for you, Charlene, but you cannot use the letter E in your sentence or in your reply? Go.
You should.
Because...
That's
I mean, you should is the cop out answer. I should vote for you because I should. Is not a complete sentence.
That was the question. It is a complete sentence.
I'll be blunt. I'll be blunt. It was not a full complete answer. You're shut out of my vote.
All right. Next up, Keegan.
Jeremy. Brad was clocked as most likely to win this game, apparently, in touchy subjects one.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you bring him to the final tribal?
Yeah, because he was most likely to win this game. I also felt because I put his name down as well, but that's purely because of the alliance that I made with him from the very get-go. I said to him, hey, let's just go this all the way to the end. Him and I actually had quite a good connection, and so riding that all the way through as far as I could got me to the point where I was pretty happy with where I was. All of a sudden, we were getting picked off, Blue were weak, and we were getting absolutely smashed in all these challenges because of yourself, and because of a merge swap. I found myself in a I guess a 2-4 split. That 2-4 split left Rose and I by ourselves. If you're talking about someone who has to battle and survive their way through a swap, I feel like I did that. I think you underestimated. You definitely shouldn't have voted out Rose. I think you underestimated me. The moment that I came up to you and I spoke to you about, hey, what do you reckon we should do? And you said, because Ben was after you, all right, I'll put a vote on Ben. You had basically just gave me a great pitch and a great story just to get that out of the way, and you eventually voted out Rose. I think you should have voted me out at that tribal council, because it was that moment then I started coming after you, and I think a lot of people did actually pick up on the fact that you were being a massive threat. So the moment that happened, I was like, okay, well, I can't really trust a word that you'll say, so I need to come after you. The fact that you won those next two immunity challenges individually kind of put a bit of a
like hurdle in that plan. So I then had to look at and target Charlene. Charlene I thought was a really close alliance member to you, so I had to try and target her. Then eventually with a convenient split on the immunity challenge, you ended up losing, and that vote was out of my control, but I feel like I pushed your name a fair bit to actually get rid of you. I think with that social maneuvering, if you're talking about someone who's going to survive this game and someone who deserves to win this game, it's for someone who's gone through every single tribal council except for the one pre-merge. That was the only one that I wasn't involved with, and the only time that I didn't have to go stress and try and socially work my way and maneuver my way to the top, or at least work it from the very bottom to a position where I wasn't be voted out.
My story, but my question was, why would you take somebody who you've said is most likely to win
Yeah.
to the final tribal council?
Because I feel like I can beat Brad.
Okay. Brad, individual immunity challenges. I want you to tell me about your performances and why you think if you didn't do too well in them that I should give you my vote.
Look, I thought I did better in challenges. I did badly. Charlene won one pre-merge, Jeremy won the last one. I don't think individual challenges alone should form the basis of your vote. And at the end of the day, I managed to survive and get here despite being clocked without that necklace around my neck. Sure, it's one aspect to guarantee safety, but another aspect of guaranteeing safety is convincing people to keep you, and I think I did that quite well.
Charlene, tell me about a big move you made in this game.
I just made the biggest move and I cut my final 2 alliance. And I don't think these two can save themselves.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Alright, next up is Brendan.
Guys, congrats. I don't think anyone said that yet, but congrats.
We'll speak.
Yeah. Look, my question is, what important move should you have made that you didn't make that would have helped you seal the deal by winning today? That's an open question for all 3 of you.
I'll go first, I guess. I don't think there are any moves I would have made differently, honestly. I think the path I took was the only one that could get me to the end, personally. I know that's a bit of a cop-out answer. I wish I could say, oh, I should have voted out Isaac instead of Carleen, or I should have not voted out Aston, but at the end of the day, I stand by every move I made.
Is it all of us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I said this to these two that, in theory I should have voted Ashley, but for me, the thing that differentiates me from almost all Survivor players is that my friendships are stronger and I'm here to be genuine. I know I lied twice and I was very open about that, but I was genuine the whole way through.
Another move that I should have done probably early on, and that would be to guarantee myself another way, would actually probably to put a vote on Rose. There was a 2-2 split, or 2-2-2 split. Ben, myself, and Rose got a vote. I figured if I put a vote on Rose and guaranteed myself to go through, then that would have been obviously fantastic, but also I would be going back on Rose's word, and going back on my word to protect Rose and try and keep her through. I thought perhaps maybe there might have been a chance to get Ben, and I didn't want there to be a situation where if I put a vote on Rose, and Ben could have gone out that point in time, then I would have been stuck and just absolutely hung out to dry. So I think that would have been an important move for me to get control over that point in time. And the other point, getting control, would actually to try and actually do a little bit harder to get in the hidden immunity idol. Because I think at that point in time, I would have had some control. And Alex, that would have been probably a key factor involved in that part to try and protect you, because you protected me. And that was, I wanted to do that well before. There was a moment there where we were looking for that hidden immunity idol, and I thought we were close and I wanted to get it for us. It didn't work out. So I think, first of all, I should have put a vote on Rose to guarantee myself going further and finding that immunity idol for us. Okay. Thanks, Brendan. Next up is Alex.
Okay. I've got a pretty close relation with Jeremy and Charlene. Brad, why should I vote for you?
Look, at the end of the day, I do think I've probably played the best strategically out of the 3 of us. That being said, I'm not. If you feel like you should vote based on who you're closer with personally, that's fine. I think my opening statement was my pitch. I do think we went through a lot together at the other swap tribe. I respect the hell out of you. I hope you respect the hell out of me. Yeah. But just vote how your heart says. Is all I can say. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Alex. Next up is Ashley.
Okay, so, Jeremy, aka Tyson. I'm going to start with you. So, you said your social game was the highlight of your gameplay, right? Tell me 3 facts about me.
3 facts about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's a terrific one. I know that you love to go to Questacon. I know that you like to drink at Questacon.
Okay.
And that 3rd fact would be probably, as your name's Ashley.
Yeah, you really outlined my personality.
Well, yeah, the good parts that I enjoy knowing about you. But yeah, I think my rebuttal to that would be, we did come at each other and be like, well, geez, we haven't had a chance to talk. And there's been many opportunities where we probably should have, and I should have at least spoken to you, because I feel like, you know, with your ability to play the way that you did, I would have learned a hell of a lot from you, because you're playing like this, well, what was under this radar, kind of like pulling strings, and you were, and like that was the perception. Whether you think that, like, yeah, no, I don't mean to like do that kind of, but I think I could have learned so much more from you to be able to, where I think I lacked was, you know, that social game, but it was like pushing this social game, this smart, intelligent social game with a bit of power. And I think that's where I could have learned a bit from you. So yeah, I admit we didn't get as close as what I really should have got to you, and that's a fail on my social game.
Oh, good. Brad. Now, I love that you voted me out. It's my favourite thing. I actually have a raging game of boner for you. So, I think your game was great.
Thank you.
Differentiate your game from my friend, I'm going to call him Tyson, my friend Tyson here. Because right now it sounds very similar.
Yeah, no, I understand that. We both came from Galati. I think where it differs between myself and Jeremy is that I was in that better spot to start with. I made those initial connections with Dom and with Aston. Jeremy was almost the first boot. My name didn't come out until the Keegan vote. I also think that when it came to the actual votes, I had a bit more influence coming out. I do think there's obviously connections there. I just think that my game's stronger at the end of the day. And I was the one who led the charge on you. The initial discussion was Brendan. I figured we played very similar games. I think we clocked that we were playing very similar games to start with. It just turned out that I became your shield instead of the other way around, and we were always going to target each other at 6 or 5. So I think that I led the charge on a few more votes, and I'll think that's the differentiation.
Nice. Thank you. Charlene, God, I feel bad. I don't have a question for you, because I think I love you as a person. I think you're absolutely the sweetest person ever. But I think that because you played so emotionally, it's really hard to, I don't know, find a way to vote without hearing more about, you know, the moves that you made. But I will say to all of you, I think one of the hardest things is that I think your final move would have been voting out Brad. I think you did the same thing with Ben. God, I'm good with names. You did the same thing with Ben, but what moves Ben's, I guess, or what moves can he claim that, you know, now that he's not with you, because he was your pair?
Yeah, of course. But I think a lot of the way I was calling the shots with our pair, we did a lot of strategic talk, and you were part of that. And I said from the very get-go, the 3 of us are an alliance. I called that very early on because I happened to think that you and Colleen were going to have an alliance, and I just thought that.
Cool. Sweet. Good luck, guys.
Good job. Alright, thanks Ashley. Lastly, we've got Ben.
Hi guys. First off, what a sexy final 3. I'm so happy you all were able to make the final 3. Obviously, I'm so jealous I couldn't get there. But I just have one question, which I'll get to in a second. But I just want to say, Tyson, I don't think we ever voted once together this entire game, which I think is quite poetic at the end because you're sitting there and I'm sitting here. So congratulations, Brad. Just absolutely phenomenal. I just think your gameplay was incredible. And again, even though we didn't really work together, you're sitting there and I'm sitting here. So, and then Charlene, I love and adore you, and I said that like minute 1 in my first confessional. And the biggest thing for me was that just before you said friendship was really important to you, which is why it probably hurts a little bit more now. And I'm not going to cry because that's not who I am. But I just want to know then, if friendship was so important there and you couldn't put a vote on Ashley, I might put a vote on me at the end, because I thought we were going to the end.
I know, but I had no other choice.
You could have voted Brad.
I know that I could have voted Brad, but it wouldn't have landed me here, and I thought that you would respect the game enough to respect my decision in doing that. It hurts me a lot, but I just thought that you would respect that enough.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, thanks Shuri. Final three, we're just going to get some very quick final statements from you, and then we'll get the vote. Jeremy?
This season's been immense. Like, it's been so good with so many good players in this. I think what deserves to, like, the sole survivor to win this season is someone who's actually genuinely survived my social game. I believe with, the fail, the odd fail, has definitely deserved that. Battling my way through, getting through as many votes, manoeuvring, trying to push like almost all the focus on our sort of biggest strength here, to the point where I had to play from the bottom, and that was just me constantly trying to get away from that vote. I think I did it successfully. Where I thought I was heading was in one direction. As soon as the Alex vote happened, where she fell on her own sword to save me, just actually hit a massive hurdle for me. I took a massive right-hand turn, and that for me was a very big part of my game, where I thought, geez, the wrong person went home that round. Like, you should be here because I think you played an immense game.
Thank you.
Instinctively, you've played so well, and I'm so honest with that. Like, I think you've naturally performed unbelievably. So when that happened to me, I thought to myself, this is a point where I need to kind of redeem myself, because I did the wrong thing. I should have stepped up and maybe said, before you make that decision, it should be me.
Yeah.
I tried to play through. I tried to do as much as I could. Final immunity challenge. I had to do what I could to dethrone you, because you were king of it, and I loved watching you do it, and that was the only way I could do it. So I appreciate it, everyone.
Brad? Yeah, I was quickly jump on the Alex train as well. I think if you made the end, I think you'd get every vote. It was insane. Your pre-merge game. I do think I played the best strategic game. Similar to my friend Tyson here, I also went to every pre-merge tribal except for one. But whereas he was playing from the bottom, I was put in bad positions and I still managed to pull the strings. I think I played well socially, where I didn't need immunity at any point despite being clocked. I think that I somehow managed to get to the end. I think that is a tribute to my game, and I love and adore both Charlene and Jesus here. But so whoever wins, I'm very happy with the result. But I do think I played the best game, and I think you should vote for who you think played the best game.
I agree with that sentiment. I think you all sound like you've made a decision already. I did play a very different game to these two, and I played a very different game to most survivors. So that's my thing.
Alright, thank you, final three.
I'm ready to vote. It is now time to vote. Just to clarify, this time you are voting for the winner. If you want to see their names on the party list. So with that said, Dom, you're up first.
You're getting my vote. You convinced me to swap my vote from Brad with your tribal council speech. So congratulations on doing that from me, because I was fully committed to voting Brad coming into this vote. You played an epic game.
I am voting him because he played the absolute best game. He did exactly what I wish I could have done, and he did a phenomenal job. He absolutely kicked my ass, and he deserves to win. Oh my god. If he doesn't win, I'd be shocked.
Alright, Jeremy, Brad, Charlene, for the final time of the season, we'll go get the votes.
Yay!
Alright, for the final time, let's read the votes. Just to remember, you want to see your name on these votes. First vote, Brad. Second vote, Jeremy. One vote, Brad. One vote, Jeremy. Third vote, Brad. 2 votes, Brad. 1 vote, Jeremy. Fourth vote, Jeremy. 2 votes, Brad. 2 votes, Jeremy. Fifth vote, Brad. 3 votes, Brad. 2 votes, Jeremy. 1 vote left. Final vote, Jeremy. We have another tie.
Stop!
God, we hate this.
I'm not flipping my vote.
We'll go to rocks.
We will go to rocks.
In case of a 2-way tie, the final jury member is Charlene. Charlene, you have to cast the final vote for the winner of Survivor Case. Please take the urn and go and vote.
No way.
Oh my god, I'm so ready for them to vote us out. No, wait, sorry.
Great power. How many hard decisions can there be in my head?
Okay, this time, seriously, the final time, we'll go get the votes.
I voted for both of them.
Ma'am, this is actually the last time we're going to get the final vote now.
Let's see, let's do it.
It's been wild.
This is our final vote. The vote in here is the winner of Survivor Canberra 2021. Before we read the vote, Dan and I just wanted to thank, I'm getting a bit emotional. We just wanted to thank everyone who's been here, all the people behind the cameras that have just helped all day for both the days. It's been fantastic and it's been so much fun and we've had an awesome time. We just want to thank you guys so much for your help.
I would just give a quick shout out to the players as well. You guys have absolutely killed it. You set the standard for Canberra Survivor, and I don't think it's going to be replicated anytime soon. Now with that said, let's count the vote.
1.
The winner for the first season of Canberra Survivor, Jeremy.
I'll go this one first. Thank you so much. That was great. I appreciate it. You're a legend, brother.
The winner of the first Survivor Canberra and $200 here in the winner's game.
My goodness, like this is what a fitting end to such a chaotic season. Like from the get-go, like it was obvious that these guys are good players, and those who haven't had any experience have instinctively this ability to be able to maneuver through a social game, and that's what they were. They were just unbelievable social players, very friendly, lovely people, and I could not be happier. Like, I mean, I was happy with the outcome regardless, but this is just like, what a good time. This is how fun. What a great way to spend a weekend, and spend it with some great people. Very happy. Charlene and I had this unbelievable experience together after the Alex vote. Her and I looked at each other, and there was votes where her and I weren't aligning to each other, and we had just this very frank, honest discussion. And it's like, well, why are we doing this together? We're
very similar. I really appreciate the type of person that she is. She is just the most lovely, sweetest, friendly person. And I thought to myself, how is it that I've been trying to put votes on this human when she is just an absolute, gem of a human being? So when her and I had that discussion, we got so much closer. And then so when she had to go make that final vote, I respect her no matter what. I thought perhaps she would have gone Brad's way just purely because of the fact of maybe her thoughts on his game were better than mine. But at the end of the day, I'm so happy that she, made that decision, because I really appreciate her. And, what a gal, how lovely.
This time, I will write your name down. Brad played a very strategic game. It sounded like he played an amazing game. But unfortunately for Brad, I didn't see half of it. So this is going to you as far as I could see. At one point, you played me, and you played so many people, but you did it so genuinely and so truthfully. And although no one else appreciates genuine truth, and they're all massive Survivor fans, at the end of the day, it came down to what I think about the situation. And though nobody else appreciates that, I have the power to make you the sole survivor. Congrats.
I really appreciate that everything that everyone has ever done this weekend. This is just such a big project, from production all the way through to the crew to the cast. I think that there's a lot that goes behind the scenes, and I'm not even sure that I know what the hell is going on behind the scenes, but I'm so happy with the whole thing. To the players, the cast, I think I hope I did everyone proud, because there's such an immense group of people there who are very lovely and unbelievable human beings, and I think I'm hoping that I've come out on top and deserve to be here.